And welcome to Draft for Upside. I am Brewerymark. With me is Jonathan Cole.
Hello.
And we're here to give you a quick rundown of the Thursday night game so you can get those showdown lineups in.
Absolutely.
So the game we have tonight, Danger, is Oakland at San Francisco. The over-under is 46. San Francisco is favored by 3. Our implied scores are Oakland 21 points, San Francisco 24 points. So they're not expecting a huge shootout.
No, and I don't think it will be. San Francisco, I think they get their second win. I mean, obviously, I'm a big San Fran fan. I'll be watching tomorrow night. Just love it when they're actually on TV. At least I think they're on TV. I haven't checked. Are they on NFL Network exclusively? Or are they on a regular network tomorrow?
They're on 5.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of giving up, right? They let Khalil Mack go earlier, obviously, in the preseason. They let Cooper go after a couple of good games. They're obviously shaking some things up there. They're just not good. Not that the 49ers are good, but the 49ers, with only one win, have been competitive in almost every single game. I mean, they're just barely getting squeak beat out by these teams.
Yeah, it seems like they're just missing like one little piece somewhere. I mean, obviously their quarterback went down, but
quarterback and running back going down doesn't help.
Yeah. So they need like a one better receiver or something there. I don't know, but playing with a bunch of backups, they're surprisingly competitive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they lost their starting quarterback, their starting running back. Goodwin got hurt preseason and missed the first couple of weeks. I mean, they're missing their core team on offense. And I mean, they had a shootout game with the Rams and only lost by a small margin. I mean, they're holding into games that they shouldn't really be into.
Yeah, for sure.
So I like them. I mean, you can't keep Kittle down. Kittle's, if you're playing the showdown, I mean, I'm almost got Kittle sitting in my captain spot. I think he's pretty much the most guaranteed offensive force for the 49ers. I don't know what Shanahan's doing with his running back game. I think, a lot of these, you listen to as much radio as I do probably, and you're always listening to sports casters and fantasy experts, and we're always so confused. Why are they doing this? Why are they not running? Like, why is Kerryon Johnson not getting more of the ball? And I think NFL coaches outsmart themselves on a constant basis.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because they are sitting back there going, well, everybody thinks that I should run the ball with Gurley, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to throw to It's just one of those stupid things. And I think that's Shanahan. I think his dad was super egotistical, as a lot of NFL coaches are, obviously. And like a couple weeks back, right, when Mostert, nobody had ever even heard of that dude. And people's fantasy weeks were absolutely dependent on Monday Night Football having Alfred Morris get like 3-4 points, and Alfred Morris didn't even see a snap on the field. Why? And then the same thing happened the other way around. So Mostert comes out, has a hell of a game, plays great, seems to fit really well in their scheme, and then we come out last week and he gets 3 carries.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of NFL coaches just are, hey, everybody thinks I'm going to do this. So even though that does make sense and it gives me the best chance to win, I'm going to do this because I'm smarter than everyone else.
Well, and if you're Jim Bob Cooter for the Lions, then it's they think I'm going to run here, so I'm going to pass. But wait a minute, they're going to expect me to know that, so I'm going to run it anyway.
Yep. Now I'm going to get a 1-yard gain with LeGarrette Blount instead of trying to use the actual most talented guy in the backfield. Interesting.
So Kittle seems to be the best player in the matchup.
I think so, 100%. I think Kittle's the most consistent guy on either side of the ball right now.
So I think for sure we try to squeeze him into the captain slot. He's 13-5 on DraftKings.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I mean, I'm almost thinking it could be a San Francisco defense kind of day. I just think Oakland's lost their way.
Yeah, and I think that's a good call. And the nice thing is, in matchups like this, defenses is your money saver in these showdowns.
Oh, for sure.
So if you can predict which defense is going to either shut the other team out or, possibly run back a kick, you're golden to make some money. So I agree with that. I would love to throw
Sure.
San Francisco's defense in.
Well, let's see if start with it. It's only 2,800, and case in point, Monday night, I played a showdown, and it was just $1 showdown. It was in one of those 7,000 lineup fields, just for funsies, just so I can keep something going in the game. And the difference maker for me, I won $2. Hey, I doubled my money, right? That's always a win.
Right.
But the difference for me is I decided to fit Gronk in there, and I had the whole time I had New England's defense in there instead of Gronk, and I had their kicker in the captain spot. And if the kicker would have not missed that one field goal, he'd have scored me like 28 points in the captain spot for the kicker. If I would have been able to put the defense in at the last minute, I swapped in Gronk and changed another player around, but I had New England's defense in the game. And if I would have left New England's defense in, I'd have won $50 instead of $2. So the defense in these showdowns, if you can pick the one that's going to score, and of course the New England defense had a pick six, so that definitely helped.
Yeah. Usually we need to throw a quarterback in there. They're always the highest scoring, even if it is a backup. Do we trust
the question
Carr?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of leaning both ways, like maybe Carr and Beathard, and then try to find extreme value, because I just don't really like anybody in this game. I mean, Jalen Richard, maybe. He's been putting up numbers, but he's so reliant on that pass. I do like Jalen Richard probably. The San Francisco defense obviously isn't fantastic, but you got to figure out who you want to play. If you end up wanting to play the San Francisco defense, then we're not going to try to stack up against them.
Right. But to a point, you have to stack a little bit, I guess.
You certainly do. Yeah. But going back through here, I mean, honestly, Jalen Richard's probably the only person I like on the Oakland side. I mean, Derek Carr, he's fine. He's had his games, but I don't know. I'm just feeling the San Francisco defense.
Don't want to risk another Jordy Nelson goose egg.
Right? No, I'm not. He should be getting the ball. They got rid of Cooper.
Yeah, but he's not.
But he's not. I mean, they got rid of Cooper, and he got 4 targets and caught one of them.
Yeah, right? I guess the one who I like the most is Jared Cook. I guess I'm kind of looking at a double tight end game. It's going to be lots of short passes, dinking and dunking the whole time.
Yeah, I could agree on that. I can agree on that. Going down here, I mean, I don't know. This game's going to be ugly. I just not feeling this. It's hard to do showdowns when you're just not feeling the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, see, put Richard in there, put Cook in there, and call that your Oakland guys. And if you really think San Francisco is going to win, you got to go with one of their running backs. Is Breda going to be out there playing? And he limited practice yesterday. Probably going to be ready to go. He will get the ball the most as long as he's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it's game time decisions, so we can throw him in and then we'll have to come back and try it again later and replace them if we need to.
Sure.
Now, we can't give the last spot out on the air according to DraftKings rules. So if you're following along out there, there's 7,900 left to spend, so you can kind of try to squeeze someone in. We're going to recommend some sort of San Francisco player here. And I think that's a pretty solid start to our lineup for people.
For sure. And remember, in these showdowns, just depends on what your game you're playing. If you're playing a 50-50, then get as many as the key name players as you can get in there. Don't worry about going too cheap, but maybe stay away from the top end guys. But if you're playing tournament run, there's 9,000 entries in the one I'm looking at right now. And so you got to differentiate somehow. And if that means leaving even $2, $3, $4,000 of your budget left, go ahead. Go ahead, because people are going to try to work in the best players with the budget, and you're going to get a lot of duplicate lineups at the top. And if you can hit on one of the lower end guys and not spend that whole budget, then you're going to have the best chance of actually having a unique lineup at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's good advice for all DFS plays. You don't have to use your whole salary. You know, if you have a really good lineup and you still have $1,000 left on the board, leave the $1,000 on the board. It's fine. You're here that especially in tournaments, you need to differentiate.
Absolutely. So, what do you think of this game? You think it's going to go under? I mean, I personally think it's going to go under.
Yeah, I look at this. I think this is going to be an ugly game. It's going to be low scoring. I might even throw in a showdown that features kickers.
No, we don't talk about kickers. No, boo.
In a showdown, you do. In a game that looks this ugly, I think there's going to be some kicking involved.
Hey, if you had both kickers in New England's defense and then the key players from Monday night, you won some money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, it's not the worst of ideas, but yeah, I think this game goes under. I think this game is like a 21-17 victory for the 49ers. I think they just barely cover by a point, and I think it goes under.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's right around what I was thinking too. Maybe 17-10 or something like that.
Yeah, something lower scoring. Now their defenses aren't great, so it might, they might score some points. I just don't see either one of them really getting it going. So, well, let's talk about trades for a minute then, huh? So the first one, top of the mind, is Golden Tate gets shipped off from Detroit and is joining the Philadelphia Eagles for a third-round pick, which I was shocked that they paid that much. So way to go, Lions, for turning him around. I mean, some people are upset that they feel like we're giving up on the season, but let's be honest here, Mark. Even you as a diehard Lions fan, they're last place in the division. What is the real chance that they're going to compete for that division and win?
Well, they're only one game out of first place.
This is true.
This is what's got has people upset, and they already have a game in hand against Green Bay. So, yes, it does make me feel like they gave up on the season, like they know something.
Sure.
Now, what we're not privy to is that they've been working all season on getting Golden Tate an extension. It's his last year of his contract. So this also tells me that they weren't willing to pay his demands, or it wasn't going to work out either way.
Sure. And maybe Tate and his agent said, we're not coming back.
Right. And then kudos to Bob Quinn for going and getting a third-round pick for him.
No, I think that's fantastic, because I think you're absolutely right. I don't think Tate planned on coming back. I think Tate's at the end of his career. I realistically, as a non-Lions fan, do not see this team being anywhere close to a championship caliber team in the next couple of years. And I think Tate wants to go after that one last Super Bowl run. He got a taste in Seattle, and he just wants that one more time. So even if we were able to pay him what he wants, I think he wants to go to a team that he feels is a better contender. And getting a third-round pick is fantastic. Go back and look through third-round picks that are absolute superstars right now. I wouldn't be upset about this. And everybody wants to see more Galladay anyways. It's fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. I really don't think it impacts that much of the season for the Lions, and they got a really nice return for him.
Yeah, this is where I'm hoping, Michael Roberts steps up for that short slot receiver that Tate was.
Oh, absolutely. And as you saw in our conversation earlier, I'm already thinking of Roberts in my DFS lineups this week. So I like Roberts a lot this week. I like him and his versatility out there. They got that kid, TJ Jones, who isn't necessarily a full-time wide receiver, but he's got some talent. And it just maybe lets them get Theo Riddick a little bit more involved again, which when they do get him the ball often enough, he is prone to break a play.
Yeah, that's the other thing is Theo Riddick should be coming off of injury this week. So we'll see how he integrates in.
You want to know what makes me most pissed off about this trade?
What's that?
As a Tate owner in season long, who now had to get him dealt on his freaking bye week, so I had to have 2 bye weeks with one damn player.
Well, that's funny too, because that Snacks guy that the Lions picked up,
Yep.
He doesn't get a bye week
Right.
because the Giants hadn't had theirs and the Lions already had theirs when they traded him.
Right. So I mean, that's things to think about. I mean, it certainly it really kind of hurt my one season long league, my longest standing league, because my competitor that is closest to me in the standings, well, not that it's close to me in standings, that I'm playing this week was really hurting at quarterback, and I really wanted to steal Fitzpatrick off the waiver wire because he literally was the only decent option on the waiver wire this week. Um, and I couldn't because Tate suddenly went to have a bye, and I needed two wide receivers. So I had to put in waivers for wide receivers and couldn't block an opponent. So not only do I have to lose Tate for 2 weeks this year without being injury related, but I also lost out the ability to make a block on my opponent.
So how do you think Tate's going to do in Philadelphia?
I mean, I think he'll be all right. I think it's an upgrade overall. It's going to take a couple weeks, obviously, to really get in the flow, learn the playbook. He's got to work on his rapport with Wentz. So it's a better offense. Arguably, it's a better quarterback, arguably, at least, next
Yeah.
few years. And
I think they're about equal in my mind.
yeah, but Wentz is younger, and if he ends up signing a deal with them and sticks around, it could work out well for him. But the next couple of weeks, I think it hurts. It hurts a little bit of his fantasy value, especially because he has to sit a second bye week, of course.
Yeah, I think he's going to do really well in Philadelphia. I mean,
He doesn't have to be the guy.
Wentz's only short target really is Ertz.
Mm-hmm.
So this gives him another crossing route guy, and Golden Tate is the yards after catch master.
Yeah, he really is pretty good at that. And, they've got Jeffrey tearing it up on the other side. What this really hurts is Aguilar's value. So I straight up dropped him in one of my leagues because I just don't see it anymore. He now becomes the fourth target on the team instead of the third.
Yeah, and Wentz never really had a good rapport with Aguilar anyways.
No, certainly not. So I don't know. It's fine. It's all good. What about the other trade there? Demaryius Thomas gets traded from the Broncos over to the Texans, who are playing the Broncos this week.
I think that the Texans pulled off a great move there.
I think so. If Thomas has anything left in the tank, some people are saying that he's already washed up, but who knows?
I don't know. I watched several Denver games, and I mean he's open, and even when he's covered, he's going and getting the ball. It's just Keenum doesn't throw to him. Keenum
that's true.
Only has high eyes for Sanders.
And he's going to have a little bit freer looks because obviously on the other side, the ball is tied up. I mean, he's going to have a lot more freedom of looks on the other side there. And then you get Kiti Kuti back, and all of a sudden that Houston offense looks pretty darn good again.
Yeah, I thought this was a really good move.
Absolutely. You got Lamar Miller stepping it up for them a little bit. So, I mean, look out for Houston in the second half.
Yeah, that's their weak point. Houston really needs to get a new running back.
Sure. Well, Donta Foreman possibly could get back this year. Next year, I think they have a lot of high hopes in him. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know what their cap space is and what they're looking like, but could be a team that looks at Le'Veon Bell too. But we'll see. I don't know about Bell. I think I was absolutely sure he would report before trade deadline. The trade deadline's gone, so now there is not an opportunity for him to be traded to another team. So I don't know. He may just sit the season.
Yeah, he hasn't shown up at all. They were talking about that this morning that he should be reporting, and he hasn't.
Well, he doesn't actually have to report till week 10 to get in his games. So got a couple weeks yet.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee they even play him. So I picked him up in one league because I'm in first place. I'm 7-1. I'm not too scared about it, and I had plenty of depth, and he's just chilling there. But at this point, I'm not sure he actually plays much. They might throw him in for a snap or two, but who knows? You can see him come back, report, and just sit. So we'll see what happens. So how'd your season longs go this week, Mark? The 3 pay leagues I'm in, I was 2-3. And the league I started 0-4 in, where I drafted David Johnson and Devontae Freeman to start. I was 0-4, and I'm now 4-4. I've clawed my way back with 4 straight victories.
Yeah, and I have one league like that, and I'm now in second place overall. And then my other 2 leagues, I'm just garbage. Our show league is I'm just garbage in that league. But I told you right when I drafted, I hated my draft.
Sure. Well, that team where I now am 4-4 in is my only team that is not a winning record, and I am in 4th place or better in all 6 leagues except for that one, which I'm now in 8th place, but clawing back up. I've had a very successful year. I've been enjoying it. So, uh, got to try our new beer. Hopefully, I can get a chance to meet up with you and share one with you.
Yeah, what is it?
We released a new bourbon aged beer called Sidecar. It's a play on the cognac and Cointreau and lemon zest cocktail. And so it's our Night Fury Imperial Stout, aged partially in bourbon barrels, partially in cognac barrels with fresh lemon zest added. And it's
Nice.
about 13 to 14% alcohol and is a beautiful, beautiful beer.
Nice. Yes, we'll have to get together and drink that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I gotta get out of here, Mark. I gotta go to a kindergartner's Halloween party. So
Nice.
yeah,
Star
it's gonna be
Wars.
fun. Well, yes, I'll probably be costuming. I have to go get that ironed, so get that taken care of. But anyways, thanks. We'll maybe hook back up tomorrow or Friday or whenever to get the rest of the week ironed out for everyone.
Yeah. So we'll do another DFS preview later this week. We'll have it posted up probably Friday night or Saturday morning and get you ready for the main slates. So,
and also don't forget, wait, don't forget, for all your beer related news and events around the state and great happenings in Southern Michigan, make sure you check out imabeerhound.com and go see what Paul Starr and the gang has got up their sleeves for the rest of the year.
All right. For Danger Cole on Brewery Mark, this is Draft for Upside. We'll catch you next time.